Yeah, so what's going on, especially time to watch for the first time the Squirtle evolving card, which is Eithne. I know that already. Assuming it's some symbiosis synergy. I don't know that.
Evolving card that gains strength at
It's based off the other cards, alright?
The card depicts.
I knew it was Eithne by the thumbnail, just so you know. Spawn a young Dryad in this row. Young Dryad is a token. 2 strength, symbiosis. So it's coming in at 8 points. And then every time you play a nature card, essentially the symbiosis adds a point on. So symbiosis means spawn a wandering Trent, which is another token, for the amount of symbiosis cards you've got. So let's say I've got 3 symbiosis cards and I play a Nature's Rebuke. It's going to spawn a 3 strength wandering Trent or Treant. So it's coming in at 8 points, and then it's +1 for every nature card you play, assuming the young Dryad survives. That's very bad, right? That's not good for round 1. You're never playing this card round 1, surely.
Optimistic youth, her time as a mother, and finally her.
Oh, nice card up, man. In round 2, winning 2. It's a lot better. Coming in initially at 10, and then 2 points for every time you play a nature card. Again, if it's not removed. So let's say you play 4 nature cards. It's coming in at 10, and it'll be what, 18 points if not removed. So much better, I'd say, already. And the final round,
explosive wrath brought on by her daughter,
gives it symbiosis itself and Veil. So it's properly, and it's Wrath of the Brocklon. Wow. It's probably like a spell orientated card, right? But particularly nature cards. It'll be interesting to see how good this is in like a Red Drame's Gourd Dwarfs kind of list with Mahakam Forge, because that is, Mahakam Forge is a nature card. So really, really love the design of the card. I don't think it'll be particularly good in that Harmony and stuff like that, which is good. Because Harmony does not need any help. I really hope Harmony gets nerfed to the ground, to be honest. It's just super boring, man.
Eithne leads the Dryads in their defense of their forest home, teaching them how to shape natural elements around them
Harmony
into a deadly advantage over any invader. Gwent Guardian is one of many new cards built to...
God, I wish I was that ripped. Jeez. Symbiosis, 3 power, damage enemy unit by 2. 4 provisions. I mean, if you think about the kind of cards you're playing at the moment at 4 provisions in Red Drame's Gourd list, for example, pretty good, right? This is not bad at all. It's a Dryad, so it's not particularly useful for Harmony procs, because obviously Waters of Broccoli plays 2 Dryads.
Synergize with
seems alright. It's 5 power and it's an engine, right? But you do a bit of removal. I think this is alright.
And nature archetypes.
Not bad.
The bond between the Dryads and their forest is unbreakable, and their...
Why has this got a Veil? Doesn't say Veil here, but it says here it's got a Veil. So I guess it's been given a Veil, but it's on deploy. So that's kind of weird. I'm going to look at the other cards that have been revealed, including this one in more detail. My early impression, I'm going to have to shout out my guy Roger, Rogtronic. I'm going to put a link in the description to his videos, because he's been doing some card reviews and he's been giving them ratings, and I think that's a good idea. So, I'm going to give this card a rating out of 10. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. But compared to the rest, as it's the evolving card, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think overall it's an 8. I think it's pretty damn good. But compared to the rest, I'd say it's the weakest so far. Hard to say though, right? It's definitely hard to say. Let's look at the other cards that have been revealed so far. And I will look at this card in more depth when the rest of the cards have been revealed and the rest of the set has been revealed. Symbiosis. Whenever you play a nature card, spawn a Trent, which power is equal to the number of cards with some symbiosis you control. Bro, 5 provisions? What? Really? Why? Why? Veil doesn't do much because it's low strength, it's easily killed. So you can't lock it, but you can still seize it. Veil does little for this card. 5 provisions seems super expensive. This card does not see any play at 5 provisions. Obviously, I could be massively underestimating the power of Symbiosis, which in turn makes this card a lot better, but 5 provisions? I guess if you just got Symbiosis cards in at 4 provisions, you're always using them, so I don't hate the fact it's 5. It seems a little low on the power spectrum. This is the other card that's been revealed so far today. Circle of Life. Look at that card up. Wow. It's 5 power, 5 provisions, nature card. Damage an enemy unit by 3. Then boost a random Squirtle unit in your hand by 2. And if you kill it, you get to choose what it is. Damn, this card's really damn cool, man. Okay. Card ratings. This premium, the card art is a 11 out of 10. Oh my god. And the actual card, guys, I'm gonna be honest, this is like a 3. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? 5 provisions? Bruh. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess if you've got enough symbiosis cards, like, no one's going to be able to remove this, but... Okay, I'm going to give it a 4.5. I don't want to get it completely wrong. I don't know. I still think this card's decent. I just think it's a little bit meh, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Circle of Life, though. This card, jeez! This is like one of my favourite Squirtle cards I've seen. It's very similar to a good old Forbidden Magic, but a bit of hand buff. This card for me, in a Gourd deck as well, where a lot of times you can just overpower round 1. Like if you go first in those Gourd decks, it's kind of tough at times. It's a really nice target off Triss potentially as well. Like a nice flexible option for Triss. And also it's Square Tail unit, so it messes up your opponent's Triss. Like if I'm playing Northern Realms and I Triss and I find this, I'm just getting damage by 3. I ain't getting the rest of it, right? This card for me is a 9 out of 10. I think this card's great. Maybe I'm underestimating this card. But, okay, this card's a 6. I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot of provisions for this card. Like, you're not playing many units in these kinds of decks, so I guess if it was a 4 provision, it would be auto-include, but it seems a bit meh to me. When there's like 7 for 4 cards, like 5 for 5, which requires it not getting removed for more, it seems a bit sketch. We'll see though, it could be good. And also, you can't play this first turn if you're going first. It would have to be your second play, right? Like if I'm going first, you can't play this. And it's an engine, so you kind of want to be able to play this. Do you know what's just hit me? Bruh, this card is exactly the same as the Crown Splitter Thug in Syndicate, right? Crown Splitter Thug is the exact same. It doesn't have Veil though. And you can pull it through Justice. It's got Intimidate instead of Symbiosis. And that card's trash, man. But you put it in your deck because you can play it through something else, right? Like Novigradian Justice is the card you play it through. So I wonder if this is going to be a target for some sort of new card that's, you know, Waters of Broccoli, similar to that, where maybe Mystic Keko is not going to just only play Waters of Broccoli. It might actually play something different. So maybe that's where this card finds its value. I'm sticking to my guns. Now I'm comparing it to the Crown Splitter Thug. I think I'm right. I just need to be bold. This card's a 4 out of 10. And that's generous. God, that's so... This card, I think it's damn good, man. I think it's damn good. It's obviously low tempo, but those kinds of decks can often just go for it round 1 and then bleed round 2. And like this kind of card in like a round 2, like if you're bleeding, obviously it's lower tempo, but you can mulligan it if you're worried. Just being able to like get that carryover in Gourd kind of decks is incredibly powerful. Obviously there's like a few hand buff type cards you can use with this as well, right? I think this card's great, man. I think it's so cool. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah. What do you think? Let me know. Thanks for watching.